In Brawlhalla, the highest power ranked player in North America is Luna. After a boost in his gameplay, he'd consistently make it to the grand finals and usually win them. Much like what was going on with Europe and Godly taking over as soon as the season started, Luna was preparing to be the next hero to defend North America as reigning champs and defeat EU. But that's the issue, because he didn't. And my entire script is ruined. Whoa, hey. Man, look, either you won $50,000 and I make a YouTube video about it, or we're here, and now we're here, and that's not too bad. But what is pretty bad is that even though he made it into the top 3 in the most stacked tournament of all time, it's still viewed as a disappointment. And it's normal for the best player in the world to be expected to win, but even when Luna did win tournaments, it was always something people had to say to discredit him. Luna had one of the toughest transitions into becoming the rank 1 player that I have ever seen. Like, imagine winning your first ever tournament and the comments look like this. There's lots of little building blocks that define reasons why people discredited Luna. One of the first ones being he mained Taros. And I'm gonna be honest, when I see Taros players in queue, I think mouth breather, but not when I see them do something like this.
Luna coming alive on this second stock, dodges that, the weapon toss, he got the down!
Yeah, Taros was good, like really good. Not saying he was the best, but what worked really well is he had a few consistent combos. And while they were a bit slower and sometimes easier to punish rather than something like Katars, the combos, when they hit, they really hit, basically making it seem like less is more. And Taros players don't have to work that hard. But you got hammer moving like Scythe, then boom, it's gone. But before it's gone, we gotta talk about MSI. What is a MSI? It's an invitational to all the best players in the world to compete at the same location. But wait right there, sir. Wham boom pow, you are not allowed. Godly is from the UK. And you're gonna need a visa to come game in the USA. So not only can Luna not face Godly among other various top pros who were invited but couldn't attend due to visa issues, but him winning MSI comes with a slight asterisk because the entire point of the event is to showcase the best players versus the best players.
Well, this sucks.
But you know what's worse than all of that which happened in MSI? What's worse than him winning without his rival being there? What's worse than him winning in a tournament that the PR'd player in North America who's number 14 somehow just got 5th in? The worst thing about MSI was the Meet the Pro interviews.
Oh, I rolled him. I rolled him many times.
Luna made him quit.
Okay. I didn't make him quit. It was just like,
Okay,
I was like,
come on, man.
one of the reasons why.
Hello, hey, he said, what about Sandstorm? That Sandstorm, like the biggest guy in Brawlhalla, that one. He said he thinks he's one of the reasons he made him quit. Does he know about Java? He knows about Java? He knows Java beat him last year at BCS? He knows that? And did they like ask him about this? Or oh, is his two's teammate said he's one of the reasons he made Sandstorm quit. That's great. That's great. Everyone's just gonna hate him now. That's awesome. That's perfect. That leads me to our next point on the pyramid, being constantly compared to the former rank 1 player. Because at this point in Brawlhalla, when you're rank 1, people just kind of expect that to stay that way for multiple years on end. So Luna's first big tournament was Winters of 2022, where he beat Sandstorm and Losers, knocking him out at 5th place, which normally would be a huge deal, except the only tournament he ever struggled to place well in was Winters. And this would be his best Winters performance by far, leading him being super content leading into stepping away from Brawlhalla afterwards. And on top of that, this was the first year out of the past 4 years the guy didn't win the world championship. So if the win was already diminished, it was diminished again. No matter what, when you're in a debate versus who is better or who was better at the time that they were both the number 1 in their region, if it's you in a debate versus Sandstorm, it doesn't matter, you've lost. You'll get someone saying, well, if he practiced for more than 30 minutes at home, you're gonna lose every single time. So the last thing you want is to be constantly compared to the former best player, because you're just gonna get stuck in this endless cycle of a GOAT debate. And he can't even prove himself because this is the time that Sandstorm was stepping away from the competitive scene to go pursue another game. You wanna know why Godly and Akno isn't debated very much? Akno still plays the game. Akno still loses to Godly monthly. It's still happening. It's visible to the public eye that Godly is the better player. But Luna doesn't get this opportunity because the timing that he became the rank 1 player was horrible. As soon as he started winning, people were discrediting him because of his weapon choice and character pick. The first LAN he won, his rival opponent couldn't even show up to. And no matter what he did, he was constantly compared to the former rank 1 player who he couldn't even have a chance to prove himself because they had just quit the game. The expectations for Luna were so high to the point where if he didn't win the tournament, it didn't really matter. And then of course, there was Summers of 2022.
Watching him play, I'm like, he really did pick this Cinder just for the cannon, right? Like at this point, Luna's got total control over the stage, despite being so behind.
No.
Luna wants him to try and fight the bait and go for it, and he did not.
Oh man, the sidelines and stairs were working. I feel like Cider comes through.
Jepping just feels like, I feel like they have a lot more control going into this round, and these platforms are throwing Luna off a little bit, and we're seeing it here. Jepping does go in and get the gauntlet recovery, and he gets a side two-piece.
This sucked for a few reasons. One, it was his first tournament after winning MSI. And two, you guessed it, hammer axe nerfs. And what does any top pro do when their main gets nerfed? They go to the dog, or the cat, or the snow leopard, Tai Lung, Luna, Mordex. Mordex, they go to Mordex, usually everyone does.
Skadoosh.
And I feel bad because I feel like I mentioned Godly like he's some more successful older brother like Tadashi to Hero, except for he doesn't die in fire.
Someone has to help.
Luna doesn't win Summers. He doesn't even make top 8. He ends in 12th place, the lowest placement this year, and I think it's his only placement outside of the top 8 this year also. While Godly played random the entire tournament, and then because a friend told him to play Munin, he won the tournament on Munin just because he felt like it. Yep. And this is the point where it's like, yeah, they're both rank 1 in their region, and North America is known to be a lot better, but one of them is like really rank 1 compared to the other one. And the debate between Luna and Godly was growing larger and larger as BCX was approaching around the corner. So this means anyone can step up and be the best in North America now, right? Nope. And is Godly gonna have a flawless year into BCX? No. No, he's not. They never do. It's called the European curse. Look it up. It's not on the internet. I don't know why I said that. I call it the European curse. I'm the only one that does. Anytime a really good player in Europe wins every single tournament, they choke at Autumns. The BCX bracket seems to be going as planned. Luna is seeded number 1. Godly is seeded number 2. They shouldn't have to face each other until they're competing for winner's side of grand finals. Remember when Axe and Hammer got nerfed for being overpowered? Well, Bow and Spear didn't. Tie that together with some very good signatures and you get Kaya, who snuck by most of the year unnoticed until it was too late. And a guy who's been maining Kaya for 3 years straight is attending BCX, his first land ever.
It's so close to being Impala, getting a 3-0 and sending Godly to the elimination side of the bracket. Another nair, a recovery, and Impala does it! The upset game continues on as he is going into grand finals. Impala, a guaranteed top 2 finish here at BCX 2022, and he is nonplussed.
Look at him! What is going on?
He's like walking to school. He's like the pressure that Luna has been under for all of North America.
The pressure that Luna has been under for all of North America. Yeah, like I said, if you're not first, you're last. And don't come home. Basically, the entire attitude towards Luna. Hey, maybe I'm being too easy on him, but to me, it's crazy that it's more known the fact that he didn't win BCX than the fact that he still got top 3 at the most stacked tournament of all time. I think that's just a little bit crazy. 3rd place is not that bad, but I don't know. It didn't seem like he was happy with it, so maybe I'm just wrong. And just to prove the terrorist argument was wrong, Luna now plays Caspian and Tai Lung mainly, who are both like super good, but nowhere near the Terros. The match begins with Godly pretty much beating the life out of Luna off stage. But to me, this match mattered more than anything else in BCX, the entirety of it, seeing them face off. And it was really, really close.
Guitar versus sword, sword with the clean KO combos. Lots of options here, but Luna chasing high, and he's gonna get game number 1.
Did it! Good gravity cancel. Woo! Nice D-light into the recovery. That's going to give him the weapon. He immediately throws the gauntlets away. Luna finding his way back in this one. All but even up the damage here to side Luna because Godly was without a weapon. He didn't have the range. Godly turning this around and up to game 4. Guitars. That Nair's lead.
Turnaround hits the snare, the nails, Godly's switch, and Luna's gonna take game number 4. We're going! That tension is too much, but he hits the recovery.
Pick him up, kick him back. Again, a fresh spawn. Oh, of his career today, but his career in entirety. The neutral sig gets punished. The neutral
Oh, recovery, and he's going to put this one away. The weapon toss from Luna, but nothing else. Down line, recovery, and you hold on.
Luna earlier, that soft platform got in the way. Luna.
In the end, I wonder what would have happened had Hammer never gotten nerfed or Axe for Luna and Godly. Do I think they would have beat Impala? Most likely. For Godly, it was less about nerfs and buffs and just sticking to one character. That character was probably Mordex, and if he had just really locked down on Mordex, he most likely would have won all of BCX. Unfortunately, in addition to losing to his European rival, a much lower PR player had to defend North America as BCX champions, completing all the reasons why I think Luna had one of the most untimely rises to the top of Brawlhalla, which probably brought along tons of thoughts and tough feelings and questions and all sorts of issues we spend tons of time thinking about that maybe could have been solved or at least given another perspective if there was a way to mention it. So I decided, after getting several DMs in Discord already relating to questions about school or YouTube or even just how to talk to people, why not make a second channel where I answer one or two of the best submitted questions and answer them weekly, and hopefully, potentially, others will find the questions relatable or somewhat useful for their own situations that they have questions on. So that channel is now up. Totally original name, Vondake Talks, I know. And if you have any questions about this video or have any questions for the second channel, you can always reach me through Discord, which is VONDAKAY #4004. Thank you all for watching the video to the very end. And if you leave anything in the comments section, I'll probably see it and reply. I usually reply to all of them, so I'll see you there. Thank you. Bye.